your horror movie podcast.
Someone's stage name.
Welcome back, Hackstab / We're doing The Barn Part 2 because we like Part 1 so much that we wanted to talk about Justin Seaman when he tries to cover up a TV. How we doing?
Yeah, well, maybe I'll tell that story when we get to that part. Yeah, awkward.
I had to. It was a layup. You set yourself up for that pre-pod.
I did. What is up, guys? What is up?
It's early.
Right, we originally had Ernest Scared Stupid in this slot, and we decided to pivot to The Barn 2 because we enjoyed The Barn so fucking much. Had either one of you seen this before going into it? I think this was a unanimous decision to pivot because none of us had seen it.
Yeah, I mean, we liked The Barn, and we saw that there was a 2, so we're like, oh my god, we gotta watch it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure The Barn was my pick, and same thing was Ernest Scared Stupid because I really want to rewatch that movie so bad. But after watching The Barn, that movie was made for me. I loved it so much. I'm like, oh, we gotta pivot. Had to do The Barn 2. I didn't want to wait. Wanted more.
Oh my gosh.
Wanted more. What was out while you're on it, Justin? Dude, what was your expectation rolling into it?
I don't know, man. The first one, I think
Pure greatness.
Well, I ranked the first one as a friggin' 8. So, and obviously sequels usually aren't as good. So I know it's gonna be good. So I'd probably say I was hoping for at least like a 7.
Oh yeah, Waterboy 5. I was right in this. I'll fall right in the middle, dude. 6.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll go 5, 6, 7.
There we go.
Perfect.
Take care of that.
Why was 7 afraid of 9?
Because why was 6 afraid of 7?
Yeah, why was 6
7?
It's too early.
Bro, 7, 8, 9, bro.
Oh man.
We dropped the ball on that one.
Awkward.
All right, you fellas ready to dive into The Barn Part 2?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right, dude. Let's go. Bright and early in the morning, we're in the opening scenes of The Barn 2 to some spooky campfire stories from Scout Leader Plums. What kind of a name is Plums?
How do you even know his name?
I IMDb'd it.
You had to dig deep for that one, dude.
I did.
What the hell?
Scout Leader Plums with special guest Scout Master Henry. We see that Henry.
Did you say Scalp Master?
Oh, dude, I wish I should have. That was an easy layup, and I fucking missed it, dude. I slammed that shit off the backboard and ran into the walls. But Scoutmaster Henry earlier on had tricked the boys into knocking on the barn 3 times and saying trick or treat earlier this evening. And just like that, dude, our demons from the first part, they all show up and they just start ripping these kids to fucking shreds with some dope ass fucking kills. I personally,
movie, dude.
These guys just love making some s'mores. And that skewer through the back of the fucking head of Scoutmaster Plums into the marshmallow.
Ridiculous.
Into the marshmallow? Ridiculous. Redonkulous. I was all in right now. All in.
The kills.
What a start.
And then fucking Scoutmaster Henry, aka the preacher, is down on his knees, basically trying to give himself back to worship to these demons. And they're like, nah, bro. You don't fucked us over last time. So you getting scalped?
Not today.
Because my man, the miner, right here, my man needs his hair back. So he takes this dude's fucking scalp, dude, puts on his hat, gets his get up going. He's like, all right, we good. Brush myself off. Let's try again. You know what I'm saying?
Got his Corey Taylor mask going on.
Fucking hacking. Yeah. We get 1 year later after this opening set of scenes, and we meet a group of girls that are together now discussing their annual sorority fall fundraiser. And Justin, right here, should have been your massive cue not to let anyone watch you watching this. Any kind of horror movie that involves any type of sorority is going to have lots of boobies.
Lots.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
All right, so these girls are talking about how they have to find some place where they can have this fundraiser. They need to come up with something for their annual fundraiser. Some of them suggest car washes or anything of that nature. Turns out, though, they can't do it on campus because some of their sorority sisters got caught selling lap dances inside their attraction last year.
Just they're just trying to make money, dude.
Do you sell calf dances, Waterboy?
I do.
How does that work? Do you just stand in front of them and move your legs around?
Yeah, I do I don't know, like some sort of weird dance.
Can you make your calves clap?
My God.
Justin's so disappointed in us.
That was rough.
All right, dude. So we see Heather and Michelle. They want to take this opportunity to pay tribute to Sam and Josh and help kickstart Halloween after it's been banned for almost 2 years. Feels like Brent Haddonfield with this. While doing this, Dr. Rock actually pops up on the TV and he takes an on-air phone call from Miss Barnhart, the crazy fucking lady from part 1, about how she'll be having a Halloween meeting on Halloween night in her church about rebanning Halloween. Why wouldn't you do this meeting before Halloween?
That would make sense.
So I thought
Instead,
that too.
we're
I was
gonna
like,
do it.
what is
We're
happening?
gonna do it. I want to have a town meeting in a church on Halloween night after it's already too late to ban this Halloween. Like, come on, lady, do it the night before.
I thought of that. I'm like, that's so dumb. I'm like, really, guys?
All right. And then we get smashed in the face with some nostalgia real quick. We see Tape Deck Video Store, where Heather and Michelle are now shopping for some spooky videos to help get some ideas and inspiration. Charlie, the local pirate, Justin, he helps them with their selection, and he helps them find also a location to have their annual fundraiser. And they're going to have a haunted house inside of a barn.
Yes.
Let's go. Shit's about to get spicy. So they get this space for free as a donation, which is fucking awesome because these girls really don't have any money. And like I said, it turns out it's a friggin' barn. And in this barn, from the opening scene, where the Cub Scouts were fucking knocking on the door and they release everything from the preacher, Barry, the barn owner, that's a mouthful. Barry, the barn owner, now heads downstairs to board up the well so no one falls in when they have this spooky spectacular. And he's flash fried by Hollow Jack. This dude's face just gets melted off. What are you laughing at, Justin?
No, I love that scene so much. It was just so ridiculous.
It was so corny. I loved it.
It was so cheesy.
Now we get into a great zombie scene where Miss Barnhart is getting absolutely torn to shreds. And unfortunately for us, it's just a nightmare.
It was
The mayor
all
now-
a dream.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah. The mayor now calls into Deputy Coop about the haunted house and how it's going to cause an issue because it's on the same night as the town meeting in Miss Barnhart's church basement. Of course, it's on the same night, buddy. It's fucking Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm getting the fact that this mayor, Miss Barnhart, these people aren't too bright.
They need to vote her out, dude.
Yeah, they're definitely puppets. Like someone's behind the scenes controlling everything, making him not fix the town streets. You know what I'm saying? Pinhead, Waterboy's got a stiffy in his pants right now. Pinhead, aka Walt, is now chatting with the girls as he gives them his spooky story about working down in the mines. He's telling them the one about the boogeyman. I must say, though, Doug Bradley's line delivery and the way his voice just tells the story absolutely ropes me in, and I'm fully invested.
Dude, let me
Bradley.
I just want to talk about that. So many times in movies where you hear like especially like low budget movies when you have like this older guy or something telling stories. So many times it comes across so cheesy and stuff. Dude, Doug Bradley, man, what an icon! That guy is so friggin' creepy. Like you said, like his usually like there's a boring part when the guy's like telling the story. I was hooked in. Like it felt like real. Like that. Like shout out,
Dude,
that-
right?
Oh yeah.
Like oh,
I
that was
found
really-
myself like leaning into the
Yeah,
TV,
same. I
turning
was-
it up a little bit. Like I was like, all right,
Tell
bro.
me more.
same. That like
Tell
oh,
me
God.
more. Tell
Guy's
me
so
more.
creepy.
All right, dude. So at the end of the story, we actually see that Sam Bradley is actually Sam's grandfather. And we find this out because Sam's dad, the absolute dickhead from the first movie, walks in. Turns out he's actually a pretty cool guy, and we just misunderstood him. Now I feel bad. And he's even giving these girls props from their Halloween haunted garage to use for their haunted house to help pay tribute to both Sam and Josh. Sam and Josh. I was like, his name's not Sam. Wait, it's Sam. Yeah, definitely Sam. I'm going to roll with it.
There you go.
The next morning, we see these girls grinding out their plans, and they're researching and creating a masterful work of art for this haunted house that Sam and Josh would definitely be proud of. I am a very big fan of this like sped up montage. It gives very good vibes. You see them drawing out maps. You see them painting walls. You see them having fun. This is very well done. A lot of the times it's just like hammer, nail, clock, You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
stupid
Oh,
ass
yeah.
shit like this. But this montage was very well done.
Dude, it kind of felt
Uh,
like, remember Night of Creeps and those two girls? We had that awesome montage, and they like all the two girls were like dancing around the store and having fun and stuff.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
that kind of
It was a
Night of the
good
Comet. Did I say Night
montage.
of the Creeps? Night of the
Yeah,
Comet.
Night of the
But,
Comet.
You know,
It was a good montage. Usually, like when you see shit like this, like I said, you see someone putting a board against the wall and hitting it with a hammer.
that's literally
You
it.
see
Yeah.
a close up on just the shotgun and they cock it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You don't get any like, not necessarily character building through it, but you don't feel anything through it. You just see like a bunch of random ass images and actions.
Yep.
The girls now are all together and they're having a final like drink, cheers, toast, if you will, before the festivities kick off. And then that leads right into opening night. And these girls are giving one hell of a speech to the gathering crowd about reclaiming Halloween and how Halloween night is theirs for the taking. And they're giving the rules of the haunt, even making the guests knock 3 times before they enter this haunted house. You think they would have learned from the first movie, considering Michelle is considered the lone survivor. What the fuck are you doing? You're in a barn and you're making them repeat the process, not once,
Horrible.
in case maybe once it doesn't work. You're making them do it dozens and dozens of times.
Well, same thing. Why would you put the haunt in the barn? I mean, I guess we find out later and stuff. But what I'm thinking, like when they show in the barn and stuff, I'm like, hello, like not good ideas. Like maybe say no. Obviously, it makes
And
a little
then
more sense later, but
we see, and it's just like a funnel train of fucking demons pouring out of this well as the oncomers going to this haunted house, dude, just start knocking on the fucking barn door. And this leads into an absolute great zombie railroad worker setup where all 3 monsters just start cracking beers together in the Waterboy's turn.
Yeah.
I thought for a split second, because this is low budget, and I forgot how good these guys are with practical effects. I thought these zombies were supposed to be real zombies for like
Yeah.
a half a second.
That's
'Cause
exactly what I
their
thought.
acting was great. I love the fact that they had one of them like crawl out of like the setup and like halfway up.
That was
Very well
badass.
done. Masterfully done.
Time to get to some more slang with these zombie miners. Birdman coming in there and pecking away into one of them with some head splitting action going on to another guy and some gouging and neck cracking to the final one. And we also get a pig coming in there to come feast on them as well. Birdman giving them all the juice, puking onto their bodies randomly.
He's Birdman. He flies in any weather.
Then they start coming back to life as actual real zombies.
Justin, just real quick, Justin.
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen this scene and you paid close attention, but even when these zombies come back to life, they don't like candy corn, bro. He's throwing this shit up. He does not want it in his system. He is dead,
Wait,
and he even wants to eat shitty ass brains off
Justin
the floor
doesn't like
covered
candy
in
corn,
crap.
does
And he's just spitting
Sean
candy
hates
corn.
it. I do. Wait, I'm
candy corn,
making candy corn content. I was actually making it today. I screenshot what Sean sent me, that picture, to use as content. Wait, Waterboy, you like? Oh god, are you guys gonna team up on me?
no,
You don't like it?
no.
Are you
It's
kidding
literally
me?
the fucking worst candy.
All right, Justin, if it
I'll-
makes you feel better, I had this conversation with Kristen, and
hates it too?
she is 1/3 on your side.
You like
Says
wax,
she only likes the
Justin?
white part.
You like to eat wax, Justin? Is that what it is?
All right. I mean, like I don't eat sugar anymore, Waterboy. But when I did candy corn, I ate bags of that shit. Give me the candy corn. Give me the candy pumpkins. I love all that shit.
I was in Trucci's the other night and I almost did content in the grocery store because there's a whole shelf of like candy corn, the little pumpkins, like all that shit.
Gonna do. Who's buying this?
Oh, I'm making incredible fun. I literally screenshot that thing you sent me just so I can use it as a background. And now it's going to be better.
I found that on
as a
Facebook and
2-on-1.
someone commented because it was like the proper way to eat candy corn, open the
Yeah.
bag, pour it in the trash,
Pour it
and
in
then
the
eat a
trash,
Reese's. Someone commented and went, but I'm allergic to peanuts. And I commented as #, it's
Yeah.
worth dying for.
Oh my god. Yeah, look at it. Right. I fucking screenshot that shit. I'm like, I'm making content about that today.
Wait,
Hell yeah.
if you like that stuff, do you like circus
no.
peanuts too, Justin?
the dual podcast. Oh, do I really have to admit this again? Yes, it's like my favorite thing ever.
Wait, you actually like circus?
No, love them. Love them. I had this, like, my wife almost threw me out of the car the other day. She was so upset talking about that.
Dude,
No, they are
Justin,
the best things ever.
Again, when I was having this conversation, bro, with Kristen,
Stop.
I was like, he even likes circus peanuts. That shit
love
is
them.
disgusting.
My faith
She
is
goes, you
gone.
can't eat them. You're allergic. And I was like, they're not actual
They're
peanuts.
not
I'm like, they're
actual-
circus peanuts. And she's like looking at me. And I'm like, I know y'all thinking about peanuts that you get at a circus. I'm like, but these things are called circus peanuts and they're like fluffy. And
Wait,
she
has
just
she not
goes,
had it?
oh, it took her a minute to figure out what they
Oh,
were.
what they
No,
were.
no. This one, she's on your side. She loves them.
Let's go. Yes, Kristen. Yes. All right, we can go. Sorry. Brian, too.
Whatever.
All right, that was just crazy.
Whatever. Justin eats what he wants.
Right? Off to the town meeting with Miss Barn Fart because they have reinstated Halloween, and she says that they need to get rid of it to
Barn
shut it
fart.
down. That barn party because nobody wants a repeat. So let's try to get rid of it the day of.
Not even the day of, bro. It is currently happening.
I was gonna say, look outside.
Miss Barnhart, this meeting ends at 11:50. Would you like us to cancel Halloween for 10 minutes?
Right. Back at the barn, the person playing one Jack has some competition as the real Jack is there, and he gets stabbed right in the eye through the head. Brutal. Sheriff Cooper stopping by, having a talk with Joe at the gate for the drive-in to park the cruiser there so that he can go check in on the kids at the party, make sure everything is going smooth.
You say his name right. It's Joe Bob.
Joe Bob, yes, true.
Joe Bob. Joe Bob.
Joe Bob. And boy, is it ever going smooth. At the main gate, Lap Dance Larry is back looking for Tracy and Jessica. He had been responsible for them, not being able to host it at the frat house the year prior. Inside the haunt, we get an intro to what would be a cheesy porn video. Two girls in a pillow fight with a guest coming in, and Brett, the scary nerd, coming out of the closet to scare him out of there. Brett saying those Gamma girls are so hot and is blinded from all their hotness, and then he heads back into the closet for the next scare.
Justin, was this you?
that was him growing.
I can see Justin as like a 16-year-old kid trying to help out in a haunted house.
Boy, you
Like,
girls are so
God,
hot.
those girls
man.
are so friggin' hot, man.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, let's go. This is way too over. Oh yeah, we don't even need to talk about any. Woof. We're not gonna reminisce about anything.
You turned into a dog earlier. You said rough. Now you're saying
That is
woof.
rough.
The full moon's coming.
What is happening? Imagine if I just transformed right now into a werewolf. What am I even talking about? So it's guys, it's 7 a.m. It's 7 a.m.
Imagine if I just turned into a werewolf.
No.
It's 7:30 in the morning, guys. Oh.
Into the mock cornfield in the haunt, the demon miner takes out one of the workers, punching right through him with his heart out the other side. Another brutal kill.
Ba-dum, ba-dum.
Sheriff Cooper is going to head through the haunt now. And two girls stumble across a dead body of the fake Jack from before with his head planted up on a hay bale, looking like a jack-o'-lantern now. And then they start getting eaten by Pigman. As you do.
I love Big Man so much, dude, because every time he makes an appearance, you just say like
back into the closet with Brett thinking he might be getting laid, but getting laid to rest instead. With the pillow fight girls getting startled by Mr. Corncob on looking, them thinking that it's Brett. They start getting undressed and, you guessed it, guys, titties. With the creepy
Now,
laugh.
what happens down in those pants? Do you pop corn when you see us? I love how she calls him out too, and she's like, I think he cream corned already.
with the when he starts laughing like, oh.
So stupid.
He sounds like such a big dumb goof.
The real Brett then falls out of the closet, and then one gets slashed right up the back, and the other getting her face eaten by corn. It's Cone. Another girl.
God. Don't get that stuck in my head.
A big lump of dust. Another girl and a bird and a bird mask near the dungeon encounters Birdman, where he cuts her face off in a brutal ass scene. That was
Dude,
crazy.
The only face like cut in half scene that I've ever seen that holds a candle this had like 387 times the budget of this movie, and that was 13 Ghosts when the lawyer gets cut in half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they perfect. I love the practical, man. Oh my god. Transitioning over to the slaughterhouse with the fake boogeyman, with the onlooker saying it's lame, and that it's just Lucas behind the mask. The real demon miner comes in and smashes his face with the vice, ripping the other guy's face off, and then cutting the girl's head off.
that?
Stupid. Time for Lap Dance Larry to get what he came here for in the BDSM dungeon room. Tying him up in the chair, it is sexy time. Jack looking and, just watching over, just seeing what happens,
Dude, he looks like he's enjoying himself so much. It looks like he propped his leg up over one of the barn beams in comfort, not to attack or anything. He was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this for a minute.
I'm gonna chill."
Yeah.
I don't get this in hell.
Too hot to handle. He gets put on with a striptease, taking over, and Jack taking and snapping the neck of Jessica, and then putting his vines into Larry as well. Jessica comes back to life as a pumpkin demon, with Tracy narrowly avoiding that by cutting the vines. But Jack hawks a big pumpkin loogie onto her face and puts her out.
I don't think that was a loogie.
Yeah, there's a bunch of pumpkin seeds on there too.
Bro, we're watching this last night, and Kristen goes, she looks at me and goes, "What the fuck is going on right now?" And I was like, "They got killed."
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, but like, what is going on right now?" I'm like, "Well, they were doing like a strip dance, and he turned them into zombies, and they got killed." And she's like, "Yeah, but what is going on right now?" And I was like, "Titties." And she was like, "That's what I'm saying, dude. Why the titties?"
Because it's supposed to feel like an 80s horror movie, dude. You got to have titties in every movie.
Yep.
It's like a staple. Switching back and forth between the town meeting and back to the haunt with the sheriff, also getting the bird. Dr. Rock has something. Bird. Dr. Rock has something to say, extending his condolences, placing the blame on the cult members, and a moving speech. Into the doctor's room with Dr. Dingleberry and Dottie quickly being taken out by the demon crew for some more bodies to add to that long growing list.
I got one question for you real quick. I just got one question for you real quick.
Yeah.
When she calls in and she's like, "Hey, can we get someone down here to clean up this vomit that she steps in?" That is clearly a can of cream corn.
Yes.
I don't think that was vomit that she was slipping in.
Mm-mm.
These ghosts or these ghouls and these demons are incredibly horny. Yeah. Talk about getting off on these kills.
Also, can we talk about what Darcy the male girl just got killed, right? Like, does she play in one of the sorority sisters in this? She's like a 45-year-old retired porn star. Like, how is she randomly fitting in with this?
There's no age limit on going back to school.
I was tired. I'm like, oh my god, there's no way she's just playing one of those.
My wife was watching the beginning of this, and she's like, "These are all college kids. They're all in their mid-30s."
I think that's part of the trope.
It's so great. And then you see like Darcy right there, which I love her, and I'm like, she's just older than us, like.
Dude, when she radioed in, Kristen goes, "Another porn star."
I mean, they need work now, A loving reunion now takes place in the barn with the well. Michelle sees Sam. He's still alive, and time has passed with him, and he still thinks that it's 3 years ago for some reason. Head smashing a demon real quick, questioning who was responsible for putting this text on the wall behind the well. With them onlooking all those kids who were killed and brought back to life as zombies feasting away in the next room. Then they hightail it out of there to drive to the drive-in, and the zombies are all following close behind and to Justin to take us through town.
Let's go. So they, Snack Shack, they got to run to the Snack Shack, and holy shit, Waterboy's not messing around. Everyone is zombies. We got zombies running around. We got badass music playing. They're running through life. They're getting out of there, and they see the cop car. So they jump in the cop car. They steal the cop car, and they're driving away. And then we get the question, let's address the elephant in the room. Where the hell were you, Sam? Like, you just randomly come back and just think it's like 3 hours later, and he does, the just greatest explanation ever. Well, we stopped the feeding, but we broke the rule, and we got locked in the basement, and we went into the well, and he says explains how he saw all the creatures there. They were like being pieced back together because they're pissed. They're gonna finish what they started, and we see that I don't really know if that explained much at all, but like how did I don't know, whatever. So anyway,
if you've seen the first barn, this all kind of just clicks. If you've seen part one, you know what I mean. That explanation is good enough.
Yeah, there we go. We'll stick with that. And as they're driving down, we see all like slaughter in the streets. I mean, we see trick-or-treaters just being absolutely slaughtered. We see Sam's hand was like jacked up and he started to have like the weird like electrical currency going on. And we basically seen like flashbacks of in the first one how he got a bit in the hand, and they show like the creatures like kind of like putting his fingers back together. Bunch of weird, crazy shit going on. So now they're at the big Halloween meeting. So they run in there. Michelle and Sam run in, and everyone, of course, is shocked. They're like, what the hell? Like, Sam's alive. And everyone's very excited. And then we see Jacko throws, like, we see a pumpkin getting thrown in. And they're like, get away from the pumpkin. And one guy's like, oh, yeah, no, it's just a pumpkin. Like, where's your candy corn? And, of course, this telepath, like, teleports the friggin' monsters in there. And this next scene is just so badass. We see everyone grabbing weapons. And then for the next 6 minutes, we have just badass fight scenes. I mean, we'll just cover it real fast because there's a lot going on. We see Barnhart grabs, she literally says, like, forgive us because we're about to sin, and grabs a friggin' chainsaw. We got
great one-liner, by the way.
Great one-liner. And now all of a sudden she's like a badass. Like, we see people grabbing crowbars. We got nail guns. We got chainsaws. We have friggin' Dr. Rock has his guitar. And all these zombies. I mean, these zombies just keep coming and coming in hordes of them. And at one point, we got a Keytar death. We see Dr. Rock out here. He's stabbing the Keytar through freaking heads. He's smashing these guys' irons. We got, dude, Barnhart is just sawing people in half. There is like, it is absolutely ridiculous. So incredible. And then, of course, after this like 6-minute action scene, which is so great, we see Michelle and Sam, they hide into a store now. And what they locked, like, they put like a crowbar on the door, like the stupidest way ever. And they're like, oh, that should probably hold them. Of course, the monsters run right through. And then what do we get? We get followed another 4-minute battle scene. Like, are you kidding me? So incredible. Now, at this time, we got Sam fighting. We got shovels, axes. They pull a Triple H and grab a sledgehammer. It's time to play the game. Like, let's go. And all these fights. I mean, we got Michelle decapitating corn on the cob man. We get Pumpkinhead's face shot and blown off. They end up like grabbing a propane tank and throwing a propane tank. They shoot the propane. This place explosion. There is body parts friggin' everywhere. They did it. Let's go. Everything's friggin' great.
Or is it?
And basically, unfortunately, as they're saying, all right, well, now we got to get back in the barn. We got to throw everything back into the well and everything will be good. But unfortunately, the body parts are still moving around and Sam gets a pickaxe right through the friggin' back.
No.
By the stupid arm. Terrible. He's sitting there dying and he unfortunately whispers he loves her and dies in her arms. But Michelle is going to finish the business. She grabs the body parts, throws them in a bag, throws them in the back seat, and she jumps in the police car and she is driving back there. And of course, as she's driving, kind of like at the end of the first one, where you see like the electrical charge in the back seat, you see all of a sudden the body parts starting to get that electrical charge going on. Meanwhile, we're back to the haunt, and we see Heather walking around, and we see Charlie. He's like hiding. He like jumps out and basically fills her in, like she's like doesn't even realize what the hell's going on. And he's basically saying like completely oblivious. So he fills her in just all the crazy stuff and how there's like creatures following him and just weird shit's going on, like people are zombies. And of course, they're attacked by Birdman. Birdman attacks them. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we see Pigman attacks. So now we got Vulture, Pigman, Heather, but she's a badass. Heather ends up killing Birdman. We get Pigman attacked by Charlie. They take care of that. And then all of a sudden, what's her name? The fuck's the other girl's name? Michelle. Sorry, Michelle gets there now. So now Michelle's there and everything, and she starts talking to Heather, and all of a sudden she starts saying like, "Wait, like it works, like everything works," and we kind of realize like she's like, "I kind of like didn't expect it to work, but it did work," and she basically says like Sam came back, and it's because of the rules and the knocking on the barn, like all the stuff, like, and we kind of realized like she did know like this was like a whole entire plan. but at the same time, she also says, "I didn't think of any of the repercussions." Like, what is wrong
Bro,
with this?
I low
Like,
key love this little like not exposition dump, but this like
but
explanation of why they were okay with
Mm.
the knocking on the door, why they were okay with doing this in a barn, why they were okay with like almost repeating action for action what happened in the first one. I'm glad that they gave us this little nugget.
but it was so dumb. They didn't think of anything.
No.
Like,
It's like, yeah, we're gonna bring demons back, but we might get our friends back. We might
yeah,
get
she's like,
brother
we'll get our
back.
friends back. Like, I'm glad that she at least admit that she knew all this stuff because I had so many questions too. I'm like, all right, please, they got to address all of this. Like, if you're just gonna act like you didn't know this was happening, I'm like, this is so dumb. But at the same time, they're like just randomly, oh, I didn't think of the repercussions. Like, holy shit! Like, don't be an idiot. Like, that's like,
Like,
you're
come on,
dumb.
bro. You lived through the first one. What the fuck do you mean? Possible
on.
repercussions.
Yeah. So that was absolutely ridiculous, but whatever. Anyway, and at this time, we see the bag of body parts all merged together. So we got some disgusting, grotesque combination monster, is what I wrote down.
Like a monster from
all of
Power
them.
Rangers.
Yes, like this thing just morphed into this disgusting. This thing's laughing at me. She's like, "Oh, don't worry. Like, I got this place rigged up and everything." And they trap it in a net. So let's go. As they're about to start beating this thing breaks free. Doesn't matter. We
Home
see
Alone.
that this thing goes through like tripwire. There's nails getting shot. It doesn't matter. This thing is still going. This thing. So luckily, I mean, they're facing off with it now. It's the final thing. And out of nowhere, Josh emerges, and he's still got his spray thing where like the weed killer and stuff where they killing the crops in the first one. And he starts spraying this shit. He's spraying this thing down. They grab a lighter. They chuck the lighter on it. This thing falls down. It is up in flames now. It is gone. It disappears. Let's fucking go. And we see it's all good and everything. And then we see the Charlie and Sus kissing and hugs Michelle. And then Michelle is like looking and she sees like Sam, but he's like dead in his eyes. You can see he's just like poor bloody Sam. And they kind of have like an awkward like stare off. And then the end.
Got some
The
demon
barn.
eyes going on there.
The barn.
I do like how he gives off the demon eyes, and it's like leaving that little.
Yeah,
There might be a part 3.
That's what I was
There
kind of
is.
like, what's going on here? And then we got, before we talk about it, we got one post credit scene. Did you guys see the post credit scene?
I did not.
Yeah, I don't quite understand. It was just a random, like, you see the pig monsters like still alive, and like you see like someone going to like grab Mr. Pig Monster, and it just like oinks at him, and it like cuts off. I was like, I was like, huh? Like,
Dude, this is one of the reasons why like I'm starting to hate when I have to rent a movie
yeah,
because it doesn't let the movie play through sometimes. It just kind of like skips it.
yeah, that is stupid. Like, luckily I was able to see this one, but I know I'm like, oh shit, they might have not even seen that. So anyway, there we go. The Barn 2
Boom.
over. Someone let me catch my breath and talk about it first.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I do absolutely love like the feel of these movies, what they're trying to do. And I mean, I just looked up that the sequel had raised $56,000 to make this movie happen, which is insane for what they did in this movie with the practical effects.
Yep.
I
Dude,
love everything.
These
about
guys
the
put on
practical.
an absolute masterclass.
It's crazy how good they do with this with the filming, the filmography, like how they make it look like it's filmed in the 80s and just everything all together. I know it's supposed to be pun intended corny, but it pays. It's perfect. It's like what you want in like a little 80s cheese movie. It's great, and I give it a 7.2 out of 10.
Let's
Nice.
go. Let's go.
All right, dude,
That's
so
solid especially from
I've got part 2 is a decent sequel to part 1. It does not shy away from the things that made part 1 magical. Part 2 definitely just ramped up the gore game to 10, and it also tossed in a bunch of titties to appease the B movie gods. I'm starting to think they call these B movies because B stands for boobies. The special effects again are a masterclass. They are amazing in part 1 and part 2. And they found a way again to just stay practical and take it to the next level. The cameos in this movie, my God, they were so subtle, but fantastic. I mean, you have a drive-in movie theater and the guy selling the fucking tickets is Joe Bob. Like, let's go. Dude, bro, just for such a fun Halloween movie that found a way to improve off the first one while even bringing back an almost entirely original cast is just such a great call by Justin Seaman. Like to get all these guys back and
Thanks,
back
Justin.
so soon to do this again. Because a lot of the times, like when you get a little bit more of a budget or you get a little bit more backing, you try to like bring in additional actors or quote unquote better actors to take the place of some of the lesser actors, which sometimes can make or break a movie. But to bring back this entire original cast, like I said, it's just such a great call. I'm giving this movie 7.6 little piggies chewing off your ears because I really can't say enough good things about the practical effects in this, though. Like, just real quick, too, the slutty sorority girl kill from the candy corn scarecrow man, bro, he uses a scythe and he slices right up her spine. And you see this spine fully exposed. And then while he's chomping on the blonde girl's face, bro, he fucking blinks. This is not just a mask to be a mask, bro. He fucking blinks at you and you can see him chewing like it's a real fucking dude. Chef's kiss. That's all I'm gonna say. Chef's kiss.
I just love like how like this amount of money, and they had, you know, like of course Doug Bradley and all these people, they came together. I mean, of course they weren't gonna make much money on this at all. They just did it to do it, to you know, have fun making something, and I love that.
Justin, take us away.
Take us away. Let's go. So I think this movie was fun. It was ridiculous. Holy shit, the kills, the effects, like even like the retro vibes are absolutely on point. The score of the movie, oh my god, even in like it improved on that from the first one. The music was so good. The campy feels, the cameos, like give it to me all. Like I want all of it. Like the first one, I gave an 8. This one here, I give a 7.6. Did I like it as much as the first one? So close. I just give it a little knockdown, but it is like both of these. Oh my god, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Like I said, it just went bigger, like way more zombies, way more over the top. So good. First one I saw like a little better, sucked me more into like this. I really like the story and stuff, seeing of Sam and Josh and everything. But absolutely loved this. And we got a tagline of this Halloween, no one can stop the harvest. And like Waterboy said, it was badass. They raised a lot of money on Indiegogo. And it was really cool. Do you see that a lot of those people, a lot of the backers got to be extra zombies in a few of the scenes?
Yeah, dude. I got the, and like the fun facts I did like find. There's a lot of stuff to do with the backers of this movie that I thought was really cool.
Yeah, I gotta. Like, what do you got?
Oh, I was gonna say, so I just looked up on Indiegogo, and the Barn 3 is Justin Seaman is trying to get more backing to make the Barn 3 for
you guys.
They can have
you guys
a
want to be in the
trilogy.
Barn 3?
So they've got
I'd love to get killed.
$23,000 right now.
It films nowhere near us, though, unfortunately. I remember looking up. I remember even reading about the first Barn when they were trying doing the same thing. And I remember before I even I saw something like, oh, you could be in this movie. And I remember I looked it up because I'm like, yes. And unfortunately, it filmed nowhere near us.
Road trip.
Yeah, right. And then we got a movie inside a movie at the drive-in. We got The Sleeper from 2012. And we also get just wicked random. Charlie, he was actually inspired by the Night of the Creeps, like by JC. And we got, let's see what out here. I got the director that actually threw his son in it. His little boy was in one of the little kids in the Freddy Krueger sweater. And
his mother actually made that sweater for him.
And oh man, this director too. I watched some interviews. This dude is so badass and everything. And that he wrote this movie, he directed this movie, he edited this movie. I mean, this is like his
the complete
baby.
package.
Like, this is him. And the opening scene, do you guys know what movie that's homage to? I saw him talking about it. Like the whole opening scene is Friday the 13th part 2. If you remember that one, that literally starts off with people around a campfire telling a story about Jason before Slaughter. So he literally had that whole opening scene to try to pay homage to Friday the 13th part 2 because he loves those slasher movies so much.
Just saying, dude, this is how The Burning should have started.
Right. And oh my god, like this, never mind, dude, he even filmed this movie at the same time as another movie. And do you know what that movie's called that he did? I needed Cryptids.
Yeah, Cryptids from 2021. Yep.
But I don't think I wanted to see it so bad, but it looks like it's an anthology film, so that means he'll only do one part of it. I was like all excited at first. I'm like, we need to cover Cryptids right away. But then I'm like, it's an anthology. It means he only has one piece of it. But yeah, I think that's all I got. Anyone else got some other shit?
I just wanted to piggyback on that Barn 3 thing. So they already got some cast members up there for Courtney Gaines, which was in a bunch of movies. Kelly Maroney who was in Chopping
Kelly
Mall.
Mooney was in Shopping Mall, and Courtney Gaines was in
We
Candy
just covered
Corn
him.
that we just covered. He was like
Yeah.
the Malachi dude.
Malachi.
Boom.
Let's
They
go.
already got them signed up for it. So
But speaking of cryptids, Justin, did you see the fun fact about that?
I did.
That Joe Bob was filming his scenes the same day for cryptids, and he actually forgot his lines, so he improvised
Just
everything he delivered to the cop, which was amazing. Like I wish I had line delivery on cue like that.
Yeah,
crazy.
he's awesome.
Do you guys want a Halloween tie-in?
Yep.
Give it to us.
All right, dude. Miss Barnhart's house was actually filmed at a life-size replica of the Myers house from John Carpenter's Halloween 1978.
I wrote that down. I completely
When
forgot to
Justin
read that.
talked about a movie inside of a movie, it is Sleeper. But this is a goof on the movie because this movie is from 2012, and the time period of this movie is actually 1992.
Mhm.
You covered on JC from The Creeps. I thought that was a fantastic fact. Did you guys also know that the people in the yearbooks, all the photos are actually backers of this film?
Oh, that's
You could pay to have your photo put in the yearbook.
Oh, the yearbook. I was like, all right. It took me a second. I'm like, what yearbook? But I forgot. Yeah, when people were looking through it.
And then, like Justin said, also, a lot of the zombies killed outside of the church were played by Indiegogo backers who financially supported the film, and they got paid extra to participate in the production. I thought that was pretty badass.
Shit.
That is
Fuck yeah,
cool.
dude.
But that's about everything I got, boys. If you guys don't have anything
Yeah.
else, let's wrap this up.
Let's
Keep
go.
our pumpkin seeds to ourselves and get the hell out of here.
Let's do it.
The hell out.
I need a goddamn nap.
Same. Tired.
I'm Hacky. That's Stabby. This dude down here yawning.
Just Justin. Let's go.
Get your pump on. Adios.
Have the best
Peace.
day ever.
Have the best day ever.